Here's a quick update on the quince. This is Vranja and it's in flower. It's just come into flower this past couple of days. Excuse me while I squeeze around here. And it's looking quite good, and the leaves are beginning to size up quite a bit. They were quite tiny a few days ago, and eventually they'll be the size of my hand. So that's coming along quite nicely. And the buds are just beginning to unfold. There's one unfolding itself. And the flowers are quite long lasting, if I remember rightly, from previous years. It's squeezing past some stuff. And there's one there. Quite a nice flower. And let's see if I can get under here. Let's show you the shape of that flower. I'm a bit too close. I need to work out a better way to record this. Oh, here we go. How about that? With its huge elephant ear-like leaves beginning to form, but they'll be twice that size by the end of that season. So that's Vranja. And on the other side here, excuse me, I'm going to squeeze around here. This is another quince. It's difficult to see because I'm shooting into the light. And this is Smyrna. And it's just about to unfold its buds. It's just maybe a week or so behind the other one. Again, sorry for the strong light today. Oh, there's one just unfolding. Oops. Can't get in there. Yeah, that's just about to unfold. So that's a very quick quince update on the two quinces. There we are, coming into flower. Now just a little quick update on the pears. They're looking a bit sad. This is Concord, and its flowers are just about to go over. There's quite a nice big head of flowers there. But the pear leaf mite is attacking this thing quite badly. There's a badly affected leaf there. Looking quite grim, all these little pustules, or whatever they're called, puckering and wrinkling the leaf. So that's a bit sad. But there's a lot of flower on that, so if I can persuade it to put on leaves and set a few pears, I might actually still get a few pears out of it, despite the fact it's heavily infested rather. Oops. Now let me just show you the other pear. It's over here. This is Concord. Now it really took a long time for the leaves to unfold, and it's looking disastrously bad. There is no flowers on it, but the leaf mite is heavily infesting the whole thing. And I'm not sure what to do about that. As I say, I don't want to use any modern pesticides, but what I might do is have a little look at some of the Victorian books and see if there's any old Victorian recipe I can maybe have a little attempt at trying to control this pear leaf mite. This is, actually, did I say this was Concord? This is Doyenne de Camise. Wrong about that. Doyenne de Camise is what this is. So there we are, a sad pear. Now another little problem I'm having at this time of year is because I'm trying to clear a lot of floor space because I'm glazing, trying to reglaze the north side of the glass house. All the trees are still pushed in their winter positions, and they should really be moved out into their summer positions with a bit more space around them by now. So that's making things a bit difficult to see. We can't see the wood for the trees, quite literally. Now, one or two other little things here. This
is a kiwi fruit which has just sprung into leaf over the last week, and I think I just bought that last year. That's a kiwi fruit Jenny, and what I hope to do is put it into a final position and train it up the back wall on wires and leave it in one permanent position. So that's what I hope to do with that kiwi fruit. I'm hoping that the Jenny is self-fertile. I think it is, because I don't have a pollination partner for it. I might do further research on that. Now, one or two other things that are in here is some figs. There's a collection of figs, and again, completely impossible to see, and I do apologise for this, but there's quite a large fig here. Let me try and let you see that. There it goes up there, up there, up there, up there, up there, and branches out into a lot of little branches. That is a brown turkey fig, and again I pruned them back quite heavily, but it's showing signs of some little buds there around the bit that I pruned heavily last year, so pruned that quite heavily, chopped all that off, and just put a little bit of Arbrex, I think it is, sealant on that. Figs tend to weep rather uncontrollably, a sort of latex, so there's little buds forming there, so that's good. Let's see if I can spot any more little buds. The camera may not want to focus, but is that a bud there? So that's a branch that's been brutally chopped back, and we're hopefully forcing some little buds there. Excuse me about the light, everything's in the way. There are little figs forming. Little fig, there we are. Tiny little fig. Now also hiding in here are other figs. This is another fig. Of an unknown variety. Now I have 5 or 6 other figs in here. Some of which I know and some of which I don't know. The reason I don't know them is because I took them as little root cuttings. I was on holiday somewhere, and they had some figs in the garden, and I was able to take little root cuttings off of them, or rather a little bit of wood that had roots attached to it because it was trailing on the ground. I managed to take some cuttings, and they all grew very successfully. It's almost impossible to kill a fig once you've got a root system on it. So there we go, but not much signs of budding apart from at the very extremes. So we've got some, well, no sign of anything happening there, but we've got some signs of something happening there, and signs of something happening there. And I'm hoping, actually, is that some buds coming out there? Very difficult to see because they're absolutely tiny. They're just the size of grains of sand at the moment, so that might be just wishful thinking on my part, but let's see what happens. Again, sorry about the light, but needs must. And there's all sorts of other things in here that I don't really have time to update you on today. And a quick update on the cherries. This is Merton Bigarreau, and it's in full flower at the moment. I think there's more flower on this than I've ever seen this year. This year looks like it could be very good. Some huge flower heads. I should have maybe been a bit more ruthless about pruning it back. It's just gone a bit spindly, this thing, and I would have preferred it to be a bit more compact. But there we are, can't have everything. And the other 2 cherries are looking quite good. The blossom is just about to start turning over on these. So the early blossoms are just beginning to fade
and the late ones are almost fully out. Probably see a difference between some of them. Some of them look a bit tired and some of them look very bright yellow. They've just come out within the past couple of days. And some of the older ones are beginning to fade quite rapidly. So these have been flowering for maybe a week, 10 days. So quite a spread of pollination on them. Again, difficult to see because everything's kind of crammed in. I haven't been able to move these out. But they're looking not too bad.